What type of proposals are you hoping that doctoral students will submit?
I would love to see proposals about the future of social work practice, and why it matters that we're understanding where the profession is headed, and then how we all work within these particular systems of pedagogy, practice, and policy to be able to keep moving forward as a profession. The field of social work is expanding. We are finding more and more kind of unique and creative areas for social work practice. So I think that it's really important that we're also preparing students for that. So if we're kind of providing the same type of education and not looking at what the future of social work practice is, then we're not preparing them for what's to come. We're not preparing them for the opportunities. We're not preparing them for what new demographics of clients are going to look like as the world keeps changing. And so that's what I would love to see. What's the future of social work practice? What are these larger areas of social problems, of stress, of crisis that social work needs to find its place in? And how is policy then going to impact how we're able to practice in that area, or how people are impacted in that area? And then how does that keep trickling down to all the different levels of social work, or the profession of social work when it comes to practice and pedagogy? So, for example, immigration, right? We can talk about immigration all day long. Obviously, immigration is a big issue, but where is social work in this? We're finding more and more lawyers and offices of advocacy that are hiring social workers to help, even just be a person in court who is helping be that advocate in court, who doesn't, they're not a lawyer, they don't have a law degree, but they're standing beside someone in court who's having to represent themselves, right? When it comes to how the US is accepting higher numbers of refugees again because of the crisis that we've seen in other parts of the world. Texas, as a state, just being a large state, is accepting high numbers of refugees right now. Where are social workers in current modern day crisis and trauma, especially as we listen to kind of experts in their field saying some of these areas aren't going to get better? Climate issues. I believe it was the UN who said the highest number of refugees that we're going to see in the coming years are from climate issues, not other issues, but people being forcibly displaced because of climate change. Where is social work in that? What does that mean for us in our social work profession that people are being displaced? That's a different type of trauma, right? We can talk about trauma all day long, but that's different. So where do we fit in? What are our policy initiatives in this space? We have a code of ethics in social work practice that kind of dictates kind of where our focus should be, but one of those is social and political action. So when we talk about this kind of bridging pedagogy practice policy, then what does that look like for all of this new kind of trauma, new crisis, new areas of need that we see when it's not a traditional client? We're not seeing traditional problems that the profession has historically worked with. And that's what I would love to see from doctoral students, is saying, what do we think the future is? What is some of the research saying the future of social work practices? And then how is that informed by policy? What does that mean for us when it comes to social and political action? How are we translating that into practice? And then how are we educating students for that future practice?